So, Hector,
What's going on, brother?
why are professional athletes heavier than inmates?
Motherfuckers eat cheeseburgers all day.
Nah, because the pros always outweigh the cons.
I hope.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Breaking Down the Tape. I'm a very sleepless Papa Smurf.
And I'm Hector. I said what I said. This is going to be a great halfway point of the NFL season.
Can you believe we're already there? Like, I know they added an extra week, but I feel like it's going even faster because of that extra week. I feel like
seriously, like I don't know how to handle it. And the Jets are on a bye, so I'm like scratching my head of what the fuck I'm gonna do this week.
I can't even I'm calm. We'll talk about the Jets, but I'm calm going into this week because nothing can go wrong. I hope. I mean, Xavier McKinney hurt his hand on a bye week, so hopefully nothing like that happens. Anyway, we got Around the World of Sports. We're going to be covering our picks from last week and going over next week. It's kind of a simple formula, guys. We've been doing it for like 9 weeks now. So, Hector, do your thank you thing.
Let's do this. We're going to hit this off. Around the Sports is going to be short, simple, and sweet. We're going to hit the MLB first. The MLB season is officially over. The Houston Astros did win the World Series. They beat the Phillies in 6 games.
Fuck! I hate the Astros, man.
I mean, I do too. But, like, I also, like, I mean, I don't give a fuck about the Phillies, but, like,
yeah,
it's a shitty world of both sides. Like,
yeah. Someone had to win.
People are saying, like, you know, this is officially the dynasty of the Houston Astros, and you know, the only thing I will give them credit for is I will no longer bring up the 2017 cheating scandal. You finally won one of the 2 World Series in your entire organization's living existence cleanly. That's like all I can say is like you did it without cheating this time.
I guess. And they simply played better baseball than the rest of the MLB. They sure as hell played better baseball than the Yankees, for sure.
They had the pitching. They had the greatest pitching from bullpen to starting pitchers to middle guys and everything, and probably history.
And they just had consistent hitting. It seemed like every team that they went against, even the Phillies, if they weren't hitting home run balls, then you couldn't pull out a victory. And Houston played the game, played small ball, you know, put runners in scoring position, got those runners home. They played good baseball, and I hate it. I don't hate this part. Congratulations, Dusty Baker. But I hate the rest of it. I hate all of it.
100%. 100%. Dusty Baker, congratulations. You are the oldest manager to win a World Series, and the longest to manage X amount of games before winning a World Series. So he's 1-3 in the World Series. He's been to World Series twice before, and he lost those. So congratulations, Dusty Baker. They brought you back for the 2023 season on a 1-year deal. Obviously, you're turning 74, so I think from now on they're not going to do a long-term deal with him, and I think he wants it that way because motherfucker's 74 years old.
Yeah, man. And baseball's a long season, right? Like, I get it. Football's not short either, but baseball's a long season. With all the respect in the world, that's a lot of mental stress for an older man. You know what I mean? Like, God bless him for coming back and doing it again.
But congratulations to the Astros. You won a chip. You're one non-tainted chip. A dynasty?
Man.
I'm iffy about to say you had a dynasty. I get it. You went to 6 ALCSs in a row, and you've been to 4 World Series in 6 years. But you're 2-4.
Yeah, LeBron.
In World Series appearances.
They're the LeBron of baseball, apparently.
So, and one is still always asterisk and tainted. So,
yeah,
I mean, take it for what it is.
I agree.
Moving on to the NBA. NBA season's only 10 games in. Giannis and the Bucks are fucking killing it. They're 9-1. The the Knicks have been playing extremely well. 5-5. I know it's only 5-5, but they pulled out great wins against the Philadelphia 76ers, who were one of the front runners for a chip this year. They took Boston into the last 3 minutes of the fourth quarter. I want to say last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter. And we ended up losing that one. But for 5-5, and we got a tough matchup against Brooklyn today, but Brooklyn's ass. So
booty cheeks.
And another thing, so maybe Knicks in 6. Maybe
staying with it, baby.
I do believe, because I was getting into some arguments with some dumbass motherfuckers earlier, because people like to make up shit, and so I will put out my opinion now. I do believe the Knicks make the playoffs. I do believe they probably anywhere from the 7th to 8th seed. Knicks in 6 is possible.
It's fucking with it.
This is really weak.
I'm already fucking with it. I'm riding with that ignorantly to the end until I'm forced not to.
And then the last thing for the NBA is the surprising firing of Steve Nash.
Yeah.
I don't believe it was all Steve Nash's fault. I think the team was better on paper than they were on the floor. And they were also dealing with tons of bullshit. Tons of bullshit.
I was surprised, and again, casual basketball fan, if you ever listen to the podcast, very casual Knicks fan. I was surprised for a second, and then I kind of gave it some thought, and I was like, didn't KD refuse to come back unless they fired Nash, and then before the season, and then they strong-armed him into playing, even with Nash, and then all of the bullshit that we'll get into, and all the behind the scenes. So part of me was like, it is surprising because I don't think he deserved it, but it's not surprising from the aspect of there was already demands from prima donnas on the team. You know what I'm saying?
There's a lot of back and forth. I mean, I know KD and Kyrie were both happy and pushed for the Steve Nash signing, but then there was some clashing and some headbutting. And then you had the one season where Kyrie was passionless and didn't feel like playing. He didn't feel like playing. He felt like going to his 6-year-old niece's birthday party mid-season was more important. And then this season, halfway through last season, you're dealing with signing Ben Simmons, who's probably going to be hands down one of the biggest busts in the NBA. This motherfucker is just garbage. I get it. He has a lot of talent. He's tall. He's lanky. He gets rebounds. He gets assists. And he can get triple doubles. He's a 10-10-10 type of guy because he's not scoring you 20, 30 points a game. He can get 10, 10, and 10, but you got a 6'9", pretty much a small forward that can't shoot, and you're using him as a point guard.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, and your team is feeling it. And then obviously, the Nets are going through their own bullshit. We get a little bit deeper into that, and not too deep, but a little deeper into that a little bit later. The Nets are just in shambles.
Good. Should have stayed in New Jersey.
So I'm hoping tonight when the Knicks play the Nets, they show you who's the real king of New York.
Amen. Amen.
And then last but not least, we're going to shoot over to the NHL. We have the start of the NHL season. Also, I think roughly 10 to 12 games into the season already. Rangers started off hot, started to lose a lot of games, got hot again. You know what, Zach? The way you have the curse for the Jets is the way I have the curse for the Rangers. I've always said it before this season and before even last season. I don't watch many Rangers games because I'm focused on the ending of baseball, football, the middle of football, and the start of basketball. So kind of, hockey takes the back seat to me. I pay more attention when the Rangers make the playoffs. I'm adamant now that I am going to only watch the Rangers when they're in the playoffs, because every motherfucking time that I click the fucking TV to put on a Rangers game, They go on to fucking lose. Last night, me and Christy were watching some shows. She was like, all right, babe, you got the remote. I was like, oh, Islanders, Rangers at Madison Square Garden. Yes, let's go. I clicked the fucking TV on. It's third quarter with 5 minutes to go. It's tied 3-3, and not 8 seconds later, Rangers give up the goal. I looked at Chrissy. I said, that's it, babe. You can have the remote back. You can put whatever the fuck you want on. I'm going to drink a beer and cry myself to sleep.
And that is the curse of being a New York fan, is if it all goes well and then you sneeze, you change the way you're sitting, and it goes wrong, it is immediately your fault. And you can't convince any New York fan otherwise. So the Rangers have you to blame. The Jets have me to blame, which is why, if anyone has noticed on my personal TikTok, I have stopped betting. I no longer bet because everything that I bet loses, literally. No matter how likely it is, I still lose. So
it hurts more that it's against the Islanders. So since the beginning of last season at Madison Square Garden, the Rangers are 1-6 against the Islanders.
Of course, it has to be against the fucking Islanders.
They were up 3-1 going into the third. And you give up 3 goals in less than 15 fucking minutes.
Yeah, that's infuriating because fuck the Islanders. I mean, if it was a team like the Penguins, who are shit this year, but still it's the Penguins, or the Bruins, or
the Bruins are one of the highest. We played the Bruins. They're one of the highest. They are leading in goals per game.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, that kills me. That kills me. And before we get into the next segment, I do have another piece of hockey news. I don't know if you saw, but Houston Oilers' Evander Kane went down on the ice the other night, and his glove slipped up, and a player skated over his wrist, completely accidentally. This was not an intentional fuck you or anything like that. It's just a freak fucking accident. He is stable. He is alive and well. So if you are a hockey fan, you understand these are razor blades, right? They will slice your fucking head off.
I'm surprised it doesn't happen more often. Where we've seen it, people get sliced in the neck, sliced in the.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it doesn't happen more.
Yeah, honestly, it's always something that's confused me as to why people aren't dying from fucking slit wrists and slit throats on the ice daily. It's one of the craziest sports ever. But he is stable. He is okay. Unfortunately for the organization, he's out 4 to 6 months. It's gonna be a minute before he comes back.
Oh yeah. I can only imagine, depending how deep that went, the veins, the tendons, all this, he won't be able to move his wrist the right way for the rest of his life.
Yeah, again, I don't know how deep it was, but for the fact that we got an update saying he's stable, for a wrist injury, this isn't a head injury or anything like that. For a wrist injury, saying that his life is stable, it was pretty fucking severe, man. So God bless Evander Kane. Happy he's okay. Obviously, I'd like to see the Rangers beat the Oilers every day of the week, but you never want to see an injury like this. It wasn't against the Rangers, but you feel what I'm saying.
That's one thing that I don't fuck around with is knife cuts. I'd rather take a bullet.
Yeah.
I'd rather take a bullet, quick and simple. But a knife cut where that shit stays open and if you cut the right way, you're gushing blood. There's no way to stop it.
Yeah, so it's a piece of bittersweet news, bitter that the injury happened, but sweet that he's stable, he's in good condition. It looks like he will be okay in the long term. So, thoughts and prayers out to Evander Kane.
100%, and that is around the world of sports. Like I said, short, sweet, and simple. We got plenty of football to talk, and we are bringing back a segment today. Short, again, not going to go too deep down the rabbit hole. We've had off-air discussions. It is a very, very dicey and touchy subject. So for you viewers and listeners out there, if you don't want to be a part of this, skip it. If you want to fast forward, if you want to just shut it off, we're not going to be offended. But on this episode and on every episode, we speak our mind, we say what we say, and we stand by what we say. So we're bringing back a segment called Real Talk, and we got some stuff to talk about.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we talked about the Nets before, and, you know, obviously if you're bringing up Real Talk in the Nets and you have any idea what's been going on in the sports world, you probably know where we're going with this.
Exactly. We're going to bring up real quick, and like I said, we'll try to keep it short and as peaceful as possible. Kyrie Irving, with this whole anti-Semitism shit going on, and the way the NBA is reacting to it, the way the world is reacting to it, the way the religion communities and every community is reacting to it, we just have to bring it up because the world, I feel like, is getting softer and softer and more blinded. There's more people forcing people to look in one direction or seeing in one narrow view instead of just opening your fucking eyes and seeing the whole picture.
Sure, I can agree with that statement. I can agree that as a whole, we are moving away from, we'll call it bolder speak in the favor of holding our tongues to not offend people.
Yes, I mean, I get it. We're in America where people say we have the freedom of speech, and freedom is used very loosely because obviously we've had these discussions before, me being military, you being, you know, a CEO in somewhat of a military type environment. And we both have strong views when it comes to politics and shit like that, which we don't bring up much, and we don't bring up on episodes because it just causes more havoc. Those are side conversations, but people need to open their eyes. Like, the world will keep dividing itself. The US will keep dividing itself if people only look at it by, well, it's my side versus your side. It's red versus blue. It's religion versus non-religion. It's black versus white. Everyone has a right. Everyone has the right when they're born to every other opportunity everybody else has.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the fact that when someone wants to speak positively about a certain religion, background, enter whatever category you want, it is acceptable. And they praise it, that you're praising that because it's not what you were born into.
Sure.
But if you bring up any negatives about enter whatever, you're anti-Semitic, you're racist, you're this, you're that. They shun you out, they blackball you, they take you from all your companies, they take all your money, they make you back to being a homeless person on the fucking street again.
I don't disagree. And I think, sorry, I'll let you continue before I go.
No. I mean, you can enter in whenever you want. With the Kyrie thing, I get it. He's in an organization, big platform, where you're a face. You're one of the top guys. You got people looking up to you and shit like that. But what happened to freedom of speech? So he may or may not inadvertently said something about a certain religion, which isn't entirely wrong, but isn't entirely true. But he's getting, what's the right word? He's getting like whiplashes. It's like you're just getting fucking shunned for what you either believe in. So who's the real Semitist right there? If he believes in something and you don't agree, so you're gonna blackball him because of it, and then you set a ridiculous amount of rules and stipulations in order for him to get his job back, and then publicize it.
Yeah, so I think there's a couple of points of discourse here, right? A couple of points to what you brought up. And I'm just going to go quick through this part. As far as like society goes and critiquing religions or groups of people or stuff like that, I think there's a fine line to positive discourse in critiquing that religion, right? In saying those negative things, there is a way to do it positively, if you feel what I'm saying, like not in a douchebag kind of way, for lack of a better way to put it, and slandering that group of people. And I think as humans, as a general whole, we don't know how not to cross that line. The individual person might, but as a whole, humans don't. So I think that's where the public at large kind of has that immediate shift and that knee-jerk reaction. Not saying that it's right, not saying that it's wrong. I just think that's where that comes from. Point number two, this I think is so much on a grander scale than say maybe Brett Favre or
That's another fucking thing we can get into.
or even Colin Kaepernick, because this is very much in the same light as Colin Kaepernick. But I think this is bigger than the Colin Kaepernick situation because the NFL is almost exclusively a USA thing. It is a very small percentage of the entire world. Yes, I understand we have games in London and now in Germany, but it is almost exclusively a USA thing. Mm-hmm. Basketball is a worldwide thing. Mm-hmm. Kyrie Irving is known worldwide. You don't know who Jeff Saturday is worldwide. You might not know who Colin Kaepernick is worldwide, or Brett Favre, or Tom Brady, you know, worldwide. But you feel what I'm saying, right? Like, basketball is a global sport. So I feel like this globally is getting blown to a bigger proportion. So I think that's another point of discourse. And then to the final point, as far as like freedom of speech with the Nets, we've talked about this, bringing up Colin Kaepernick. Me and you kind of stand a little bit opposite. Freedom of speech is in protection from the government, right? But it does not protect you from the consequences of your actions, right? Does Kyrie Irving have the right to say whatever he wants, whatever it is, be it anti-Semitic, be it racist, be it homophobic, be it positive? He could say whatever he wants. But being such a multi-million-dollar face of a multi-billion-dollar organization, there are certain unwritten and very written rules over what you can and can't do publicly. And he did this in one of the world's most public forums.
In the city that is fucking the world.
One of the most public cities, the center of the fucking known universe, New York City, you know? So are the Nets right for suspending him without pay? I think yes. Are the Nets right for levying whatever their fines, whatever their punishments, whatever their stipulations are? I think yes. Where I have the major malfunction, and I agree with you on this, why are you doing this? You're doing it publicly to be dirty. And that's some bullshit that I have a problem with. You should handle your shit behind closed doors like men. You pull Kyrie aside and say, what the fuck were you thinking, bro? Because look, Kyrie has been at the source or at the center of a lot of controversy. The earth is flat, anti-vaxxing. It's not like he's not known for this.
Which anti-vaxxing really, is that really an issue? I don't really think it is.
Be it here or there, worldwide, it is, right? And he has been at the center of that. And personally, I would handle my shit privately and pull him aside and be like, bro, what are we doing again? You can have whatever thoughts and opinions you want, but keep it at the cocktail party at the house, bro. Like, come on. You are the face of this organization, and again.
Like, they could have just said, look, we're doing a 5-game suspension. He's getting this fine. And that's it. That's all the world needs to know. That's all the world needs to know.
Pull a Jets with Elijah Moore. We're giving him some time off for mental health. He kind of acted outside his personality, and we know he's a better kid than that. So we're just giving him some time to collect himself. The way that for once, we're looking to the Jets on how they handle the situation. That's how the Nets should have handled it. They should have said, you know what? We're not going to talk about what he said. We're not going to comment on that. All we know is that we love the guy. We want him to play here. We want him to succeed. So we're giving him some time to breathe, to kind of shake it out, and then we're going to come back to it. And whatever behind the scenes they want to do, that's between them, Kyrie, and whatever dear and fluffy god they believe in. The public shit, that's bullshit.
Another thing I have an issue with is we're in a world of social media, and we're in a world where everyone wants to be liked. Yeah. So I could guarantee you, the world is split down the middle, and if they agree or disagree with Kyrie Irving, but to the eye on social media and what people say to other people, they're going to go against him because they want everybody on the same side. They want you on their side. So even if some people agree with what Kyrie is saying or doing or whatever, they're going to go against it because they want the rest of the world not to label them the way they're labeling him.
Or I'll take
why not? Like, you know what? Stand by what the fuck you feel. Don't be fake. If you think Kyrie is right in what he said or did, stand by that. Don't be fake and jump to the other side because you want the rest of the fucking world to like you and appreciate you and not blackball you either.
And I'll take it. Well, I'll play devil's advocate and take it to the other side, because there are people who, even if, and I'm not saying he did, so nobody twist my words, please. Even if what Kyrie did was or said was of no consequence and wasn't anti-Semitic or anti-whatever, even if it wasn't, and it was truly innocent as he says, people who are bad people, who are truly anti-Semitic, who are waving Nazi flags and shit, are gonna use it as a battle cry. So there's people who, like you said, are 100% going to, whisper in the dark and say, yeah, he's right. But on social media, sit there and blow it out of proportion. But then on the flip side, there are other people who are going to use this as a battle cry, as, look, Kyrie's with us. We told you they were all bad. We knew it. I think that's the issue here, is this is such a polarizing fucking subject that it explodes, because there's both sides that are just going to fucking run with it. Regardless of what is at the center, they're going to take it and fucking scram.
And I don't want to make it a race thing, but then it ultimately comes down to race, because he says this about a Jewish community and it's unacceptable. But when we bring up slavery, I don't see you fighting the same way you're fighting him right now.
Sadly, that is true.
I don't, and I feel like, and I saw this crazy interview with Nick Cannon. I don't think Kyrie is really anti-Semitic. I think he just, he spoke his mind, on some things, and some people took it wrong, some people took it right, whatever the case may be, they can deal with that. I don't think he's truly anti-Semitic, but we don't see the way when you talk about black people, because when we bring up, the blacks, people are like, you always use the race card. Well, if I'm right, the NBA right now is treating Kyrie like a slave, because back in the day when one particular slave got out of line, what happened? They whipped, they lashed, and they killed. To make a point and a statement to the rest of everyone, you fall fucking in line. Well, I think the NBA is doing the same exact thing. They see someone wanting to speak their mind, and they're like, you know what? Here's some whippings, here's some lashings. Fall back in line.
I won't disagree with you on the concept of when racism is brought up, it's not as heavily nixed or cut down, whatever you want to call it. I'll agree with that. But I will say, as far as like making a public execution out of somebody, that's any justice system. That's anybody. This case, I'm not willing to call it racism, because you see that you see that with the NFL. They're trying to make Dan Snyder sell. They made an example. Now this is racism. They made an example out of Colin Kaepernick. You make an example out of people who step out of line to cause fear. Unfortunately, big organizations rule through fear. But back to the beginning of this, the Nets are handling this absolutely poorly, I
100%.
believe. Like I said, the suspension I don't necessarily disagree with, but the publicity of it and hanging Kyrie out to dry like that is, I think, fucked up. Because that's your guy, right? Like it's unacceptable that he says these things because that's your guy, but then you hang him out to dry as if he's not your guy. What are you doing?
Yeah. I mean, my last comments to this is exactly what you're saying. I don't like the way the Nets dealt with this. Like I said, the suspension, the 5-game suspension, when they said he was suspended 5 games, I'm like, he says some shit about some people, and you know what? Eat that. You gotta eat that. The publicized, if they wanted to give him extra punishment, like you said, you bring him into the office, you make him sign whatever he needs to sign, you make him do whatever he needs to do. But that should have never hit any media, any analyst, any social media, nothing. That should have just been between the front office and Kyrie Irving, and that's it.
Agreed.
All the world needed to know was 5-game suspension.
Yeah. Call it a breather. Don't even call it a suspension. Like I said, I cannot believe I forever could never think we would be here where we're looking at the New York fucking Jets on how to handle a controversial player situation. But that's the perfect way. And don't even call it a suspension. Call it a breather. Hey, man, we sent him home. He seems a little stressed. Things are going on right now. Everybody needs a breather. We love the kid. The kid's going to stay here. We want him to play for us. Just needs a breather.
And it's just a little, not a little bit. It's extremely ironic that this all happens on the team, in the city, in the borough that has a huge Jewish community. Yeah, Brooklyn is not like it happened like 5-6 years ago, maybe almost 10 years ago. Brooklyn is almost entirely Jewish. You done fucked up.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's probably, I mean, it wouldn't shock me if that's like one of the big, like, holy fuck, this is our home community, and god damn it, man. But yeah, man, it's just a fucked up situation overall, and I have a feeling it's gonna get way worse. I don't.
This is not the end. This is not. This is just more division, more cracks in the. The world is looking at the U.S. and laughing.
We are the Florida of the entire world. Like, you know how the U.S. looks at Florida? The world looks at us.
Like, the world is laughing at us because they see over the last 20 years how the U.S. is just destroying itself.
Mm-hmm. And look, as a libertarian, I have a whole ass soapbox I can hop on, but we'll stay away from that.
Anyway, that's all I had to say for real talk. And I mean, people, we got to do better. We gotta do better. We all have, every single fucking one of us is racist, anti-Semitic. No one has a single bone in their body where they're not something. So cut the shit out like you're fucking saints and angels, because even saints and angels have their fucking flaws.
I don't know. I'm pretty perfect, dog.
I mean, I got a big dick, but that's about it.
My only anti-anything is I'm anti-Hector. That's kind of all it is.
I mean, a lot of people are anti-Hector because you know what? I'm up for that. I'm up for that battle.
All right, man. Let's talk some football, my man. Let's get into it.
And you know what? I got breaking fucking news.
Breaking news.
OBJ to the Cowboys.
No.
I got breaking news. Couple guys are talking to me. OBJ to the Cowboys. People are saying they didn't see anything.
You're lying.
People are saying it's prematurely. We're going to look into it. It's not 100% accurate as of right now, but it's looking toward OBJ going to the Cowboys.
I know there's a lot of, like, Ezekiel Elliott's been talking about it. Micah Parsons been talking about it. I mean, 3 days ago, the Cowboys have checked into his health. I'm not seeing anything yet. Not saying you're wrong. I haven't seen anything yet.
Yeah, it's not 100%. And I don't think they're gonna break it till it's like official.
Sure.
But from what it's looking like, and some of the talk around the NFL is that Odell will go to the Cowboys.
So is that the you're staying on it? You're breaking it first. You're calling it before it happens.
If I'm wrong, and I hope I'm fucking wrong, I pray that I'm wrong. I know his options were Dallas, the Giants, KC, and the Bills were his ultimate last 4 teams.
Right.
I know the Giants had came out saying they're gonna do all they can and they've been in talks with him, and he's looking into a potential rejoining with them. They were pushing hard, but from what I'm hearing is that the Cowboys might be that team for him.
So if the Cowboys get OBJ, Super Bowl contenders?
No,
doesn't move the needle for you.
I think, see, offensively, they're already equipped to go against anyone. And I get it, they have a great defense too. Like if you look at the Cowboys, yeah, every year they should be potentially a Super Bowl contender. But just adding OBJ is not going to help that. All that's doing is taking away reps from CeeDee Lamb.
But see, I think that opens CeeDee Lamb. I mean, you have OBJ on one side, CeeDee on the other, Michael Gallup in the slot. You have Ezekiel Elliott, and then the best running back, Tony Pollard.
9-8, they win an extra game.
You think that's all OBJ is worth is one game?
I mean, look at the time of the season. He probably won't play till sometime after Thanksgiving. So that means he's going to play 3-4 games before the playoffs, and then, help you in the playoffs if you make the playoffs, which most likely they'll probably make the playoffs. But
sure.
I'm sorry. I still see the Cowboys doing the Cowboy thing. They're going to get beat in the first round.
Well, I would say Jets-Cowboys Super Bowl, but we already know it's a Seattle Jets Super Bowl. But anyway, let's get into the Week 9 predictions, or Week 9 coverage. Let me go back to my ESPN app after scouring Twitter for that 20 seconds.
Yes, we got Week 9 in the NFL closed up. I just want to say, Zach, you slayed this week.
I'm like a fine wine or a good cheese. I get better with age.
You slayed this week. I did a great week, but you almost perfected your week.
You're lying. I say the honest reactions. I don't know my number coming into this. What was my total? Or we're gonna wait to the end.
Oh, you want to know the total?
I do.
All right, I'll tell us our totals, and then we'll break down the games. I went 10-3.
I did better than 10-3.
You went 12-1.
Get out of here!
As of right now, the total, Zach, you are now above 500. You're 61-58, and I am 63-56.
Coming for you, boy. I told you I was coming for you. Man, what? I started betting, and this is what happens. There is a correlation between me not betting and me starting to win. As long as I place money on it, apparently I can't win. But if it's just for shits and gigs, I can fucking win everything.
Can you name the one game you didn't bet on?
No. I'm saying I didn't. I haven't been betting for weeks.
No. I'm saying in the 12-1, can you name the one game you fucked up on?
Oh shit.
You should, because it's the only game you fucked up on.
I can't remember anything for the life of me.
You bet Bills over.
Was it the Raiders and the Jags?
No, you bet Bills over Jets.
What a
That was your one fucking L. You picked the Bills over the Jets.
Fine, you know what? I'm gonna keep betting against the Jets. Then if that means we win, I don't give a fuck. I'll take that loss every week. Every week. Are you kidding me? What a dumb.
You would have had a perfect week if you went and said, Jets over Bills.
That is heartbreaking. The only solace I can have in this is that I am a jinx, so not betting the Jets means we won. It's the only solace I'm taking in this. Ugh.
Before we even start getting into some of these games, I'm 100% invested in that coin flip guy. 100%. This man is undefeated right now. He is 100% accurate in his coin flips. And from now on, I'm just going to bet whatever he bet against the Jets.
And what didn't the Jets end like 11-6 or
He
something
has
like
them
that?
going 11-6. The only thing I'm gonna bet against him on is next week. I got the Jets fucking spanking the Pats in New England as a comeback from them supposedly supposed to winning the last game. So that's the only
Look,
one I'm gonna bet against him. But besides that, I'm gonna follow that motherfucker's record.
I'm with it. Hey, look, even if his record is perfect, 11-6, man, I'll take that every day of the week. Yeah, let's get into it, man. Thursday night we had the Eagles and the Texans. Obviously, I bet the Eagles.
Yeah, you had the Eagles by 20. I had the Eagles by 24. They won by 12. It was 29-17. I mean, they broke it open later in the game. It was a lot closer earlier on in the game. Um, for the
Yeah,
Texans, for the Texans side, I mean, Davis Mills, 13-22, 154, 2 TDs, 2 wintos, sacked 3 times. Um, I mean, all they got really is their rookie running back in Dameon Pierce. He's a force to be reckoned with. He's one of the leading candidates for Offensive Rookie of the Year. 27 carries, 139 yards. If he had a touchdown, I mean, it would have only padded his stats even more. That man is something to be real. He just needs to get away from the Texans.
yeah. So really, I only have 3 points on this game. Is A, I'm shocked that the Texans made it a game early. I think that might have just been a mental oversight by the Eagles, kind of like overlooking the Texans. B, Dameon Pierce is a great running back, and he's just going to die in Houston. And C, uh, Brandon Cooks. That's again not a dead situation. He sat out. They sat him this game because they didn't trade him and he was not happy, and he put out a tweet saying that he would not be quiet any longer. I don't think this situation's done. I think there's going to be more to it. So I'm kind of excited to see the Texans implode and the McNairs get fired for being scummy humans for covering up the whole Deshaun Watson situation, because that's obviously what he's referencing. It's going to implode, and I'm here for it.
I kind of see where, and you didn't mention it, but I kind of see where you're looking at it. Jets make a fucking move.
You think? And
On
maybe like
the
the
off
offseason?
season, this man does not want to be part of the Texans anymore. If I was the Jets, I'd have been like, yo, bro, here's a 3rd rounder. Give me Cooks.
Yeah, he's not going to play for you. You
I'm
might
not
as well
giving you
take
no
what he
2nd
can get.
rounder, no 1st rounder. I'm not giving you no hoopla. I'll give you a 3rd rounder. Period. Just a 3rd rounder.
And I think that's high for a guy who's not going to play for you again. I think Cooks will sit out for however long it takes for him to get moved. So if I agree with you. If I'm Joe Douglas, I'm like, look, a 3rd is the best you're going to get for a guy who won't play football for you. Take it or leave it.
I think he's 28 or 29 years old. So I'm not going to overpay for him.
Yeah.
And right now, Corey Davis being out for maybe an extra game, he might come back. Because we got the bye week, he might come back next week,
For the Pats, yeah.
maybe the week after. But who knows what happens with Corey Davis? We might let him go. Garrett Wilson is starting to shine and shit like that. But yeah, Cooks, this is not over with them.
No, not at all. Not at all.
On the Eagles side, I mean, Jalen Hurts, did his thing. He did get sacked 4 times. Miles Sanders doing Miles Sanders things, being more of a lead back. I know the start of the season, people were saying he might split time with Gaineswell, Scott, because he wasn't playing too well. He had a lot of injuries. This year, he's starting to show like, yeah, I'm the lead back. So he's doing well. And then, AJ Brown doing AJ Brown things, and Goddard had a pretty good game. So
yeah, just an overall good game by the Eagles. Just a slow start.
Next up, we got what was it? Chargers Falcons. You had the Chargers specifically by 3. They did win by 3. I had Chargers by 4. 20-17.
Honestly, my huge takeaway before I let you get into what you were gonna say is I don't feel confident for the Chargers in this. Like, it was a last minute field goal, a final drive. Like, look, good teams win when they're supposed to win. They find a way to win late in games, and I get it, right? That's going to be the narrative that the three Chargers fans around the world are going to tell me. But this is a Marcus Mariota led Atlanta Falcons, and that's not meant to be Mariota slander. Like that's meant to like they don't really have. I mean, Cordero Patterson's coming back from injury, had a good game, but coming back from injury, you know what I mean? Like this is a Falcons team that surprisingly is in the fight for the lead of their division, but only because that division is garbage. You should have run away. I mean, look at the weapons that they have: Justin Herbert, Austin Eckler, Gerald Everett, which is an underrated tight end. You know what I mean? Like they have. If
I mean, they are missing Keenan. They did miss Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. I get that part.
I agree with that, but you should still be whooping the Falcons. To have a last-minute field goal to win you this game, I would not feel confident if I'm the three Chargers fans.
If I'm the Falcons, on the other hand, I'm like, yo, bro, we can squeeze into the playoffs. Yeah, we can win the division.
Well, you could win that division with a losing record, sure. 100%.
I mean, they're leading the division right fucking now.
Yeah, if they go 8-9, they can win that division.
And we've seen that before. The Seahawks back in the day with Marshawn Lynch went 8-9, won the division, and I think that was the rookie season of Russell Wilson when they won the Super Bowl.
Yep. Yeah, it's entirely possible with how bad the NFC South is. So yeah, I agree with you. If I'm the Falcons, I'm not happy that we lost, but I'm like, hey, we fucking played. We played football with supposedly one of the better teams in the NFL.
The Chargers are scaring me, though. I had the Chargers being like a legitimate threat. I had Justin Herbert winning MVP. That's not going to happen. I mean, it's not going to happen also because Keenan Allen's played one game all season. Mike Williams has now missed 4. But I'm scared that the Chargers might miss the playoffs.
I can see myself in the background saying the entire AFC West is making the playoffs. The entire AFC West. And like I'm envisioning me saying that with clown makeup on.
Yeah, no, I'm 100% with you. I was over here saying Denver was going to be the one shitty team. Well, I'll eat that fucking shit because the Raiders are fucking trash.
Yeah, that whole division. There's the Chiefs. There's a mountain of shit. There's the Broncos and the Chargers. There's an even bigger mountain of shit. There's protoplasm, and then there's the fucking Raiders.
That sounds fucking about right. Next up, we got Miami versus Chicago. You had Miami by 12. I had Miami by 16. They only won by 3. And I just want to say to my cousin, Fuko, I'm going to give you all the positives that you want in this take. But I'm also going to give you some negatives real quick. So I'm going to give you the negatives first. How the fuck do you let the Chicago Bears score 32 points on your ass when you're supposed to be a top 5 defense?
Justin Fields is all I have to say.
That's another thing. How is it that Zach's philosophy is that you do not win games when your leading rusher is your quarterback, but yet 15 carries. We don't see running backs with 30 carries get this shit. 15 carries for a record 178 yards.
And a touchdown on top of his 3 throwing touchdowns. Justin Fields was the guy for the Bears in this game. But I agree with you. What are the Dolphins doing with such a good defense? And we just picked up, like, no one cares. You
are just a better Lions right now. The Lions score tons of points, but they lose because they give up a ton of points. You're just the opposite. You're scoring a ton of points. You're like the baby Chiefs. You're scoring enough points to win, but you're letting up so many fucking points. Mm-hmm. Now, I will defend the Miami Dolphins. You are missing your second best corner you were missing your best corner in Xavier Howard for a long time. You are still missing your second best corner in Byron, and who knows when he comes back. Tua, I get it, and I'm gonna give you credit, Kuko. I'm here. I'm speaking specifically to you. Tua is playing great, and we've always said that Miami is better with Tua. But I'm sorry, I will not say this man can throw a deep ball.
No, a lot of them were underthrown.
I cannot say this man can throw an accurate deep ball. Because he can't, and it was mind-boggling when I'm watching ESPN and First Take and everything this morning and all the other fucking shows that they're saying, yeah, this man can throw the deep ball. No, the fuck he can't. When your man beats him by when you have bro, you have 1,900 passing yards and 1,100 passing yards go to Tyreek Hill.
Mm-hmm. What's crazy to me is that, like you said, you watch First Take, you watch Get Up, you watch Good Morning Football, and they're all like, look, Tyreek Hill is all as amazing as Dolphins fans thought. And they show clips in which Tyreek Hill has the dude beat by 10 yards and then has to slow up for the pass. And they're like, yeah, see, he can throw. He is the most accurate. He can throw the bomb. And I'm like, I must be tripping acid. Somebody must have slipped me a tab or something without me realizing it, because I'm watching a receiver have to drop from 6th down to 1st to fucking hold up for this pass. Am I on drugs? Like, look, it's working, right? But this is the system that Mike McDaniels wanted, right? The Dolphins, and I am talking to, even though we're not supposed to bring up people on this podcast, I am talking to your cousin because he goes back and forth.
Oh, I love it.
I'm the one on Twitter, bud.
My man is he's there with his stats though. He is there. He got it.
And he's got, you know what? He is very knowledgeable and he does bring up good points. My only problem is that Tua is clearly a product of the system right now, because you've got 2 mediocre, almost terrible years in which they were colluding to get Tom Brady because you sucked so bad, and now you're doing amazing. Well, okay, we've given you Tyreek Hill, we've given you Jalen Waddle, we've given you an elite defense. Of course he's going to succeed in that situation. He's in, outside of the Chiefs, one of the most perfect situations in all of football. Now he's succeeding in it, and I will give him props for that. But I'm not willing. I'm willing to call him good. That's not my issue. I'm not willing to put a crown on him if he can keep this up for 3 more years.
And I know my cousin keeps giving us shit, and he's like, "You're not giving us credit. You don't like to talk about Miami." No, we are giving you all the credit. Like we said,
the proper amount of credit.
Without Tua, you're 0-9 probably. Yeah. Without Tua. And Tyreek isn't going there. With Tua, you are a playoff team. You are a very, very dangerous team once your defense gets 100% healthy.
Yeah.
And your offense shows you can throw up. Your offense, especially with Tyreek Hill, your offense shows you can throw up tons of points. But we also saw your offense last year with no Tyreek Hill and only a Jalen Waddle. Mm-hmm. It's easy to shut down one elite receiver.
Right.
When you have 2, it's harder.
And I'm not going to lie. I think Mike McDaniel is a fraud. I
disagree with you.
I think he is a flash in the pan. I think he's a Chip Kelly kind of coach. I think he's a flash in the pan, and everyone's like, ooh, look at all these gadgets, and look at all this. Look at how cool he is, and look at how funny he is. He was telling Justin Fields on the sideline to stop scrambling. Tee-hee-hee-hee-hee. He's the coolest coach ever. The NFL is going to figure him out.
Well, yeah, of course the NFL is going to figure it out, but I kind of disagree with you. I was on the train of, who the fuck is this Mark Anthony lookalike that's coaching the fucking Miami Dolphins? But and I've told this to my cousin too, he has proven me wrong. I think he's actually a pretty good coach, but he has better talent on the roster. So, it's not like he's going to be like a Bill Belichick, but he's a middle of the pack fucking really, really good coach. I think he's a really good coach, but he has elite talent.
Sure. And maybe good is a good middle ground. As of right now, I think it's a very gadgety kind of system.
The only thing
And
I have it down with Mike McDaniels, and I said this to my cousin too, I don't like the way he dealt with the whole Tua concussion shit.
I agree with that.
That was flaky.
Yeah.
That made me peel back and was like, are you for your team and your players, or you're just protecting your own ass in the NFL?
I agree with you, and it's definitely the second option. 100%. 100%.
But congratulations, Google. You guys are 6-3. I mean, we still beat you, so you're third.
Still third.
You're still third to us. But like I said, a fully healthy Jets team and a fully healthy Miami team next year. I'm not saying this year because I don't even care about the second matchup because we're down 2. We don't have Breece Hall, Vera Tucker. So it's 2 mismatches. We won one. You might win the next. Next year, fully healthy, game 1. We'll talk.
Sold. What do we got next?
Next up, we got the Bengals and the Panthers.
I don't even.
Bengals by 2. I took the Bengals by 7. And this was just a complete annihilation.
Bengals by 21. And to be frank with you, I don't even want to talk about this fucking game because I played Joe Mixon in 2 fantasy leagues.
Yeah,
and that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, okay. So we'll make this short and sweet. I mean, the Bengals threw up 28 in the second quarter. Like, goddamn. They did get shut out in the fourth, and Panthers did come back to score 14 in the fourth, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, you're up 42-7 at that point.
Yeah, you really care what you score. Baker Mayfield played most of the something happened to PJ Walker.
Yeah.
Because he went 3 for 10 for 9 yards and 2 picks, and he got pulled, and Baker Mayfield went in.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're throwing 2 interceptions, and he just looked ugly, is what it comes down to.
Then you got, Foreman, who Melissa keeps trying to fucking trade me in the Degenerates League for. He had 2 good games, and you want me to trade you Devontae Adams for Foreman? Negative. I'm just giving you shit, Melissa, but trust me. I saw you slide in my DMs earlier. I didn't respond to you because the last week we can make some trades. Yeah, the Panthers 21 points sounds nice for the Panthers. Horrible. It just looking at the stats. PJ Walker is a nice, shiny, toy for every once in a while, but it's not a long-term thing.
We want him to succeed because, it's a nice story, right? Like, he's Cinderella, but the problem is the clock strikes 9 o'clock on PJ Walker. It doesn't even wait till midnight. The clock is striking at 9 o'clock. That's all the time he gets. That's it. Yeah,
Joe Mixon, like you said, 153 for 4 touchdowns. Joe Burrow didn't really have to do much, except not turn the ball over.
Yeah, and I mean, look, and you're negating his 5th touchdown, which was a receiving touchdown. Joe Mixon put up 55 fantasy points against me.
If I'm correct, the 55.1 fantasy points I want to say is the all-time record or second or third for the all-time fantasy record.
I think it's second because Kamara had the 6 touchdowns for you in the Super Bowl.
You're right, and I think that was like 58 or 59 points. You're right.
Yeah, it was close. It was close to 60. Yeah, he had a crazy game.
Yeah. Next up, we got the Lions and the Packers. You had the Lions by 7. I had the Lions by 3. They won by 6. So that was again, you were slaying it this fucking week. But I think I swayed you in picking the Lions this week. This last week. I felt like you would have picked the Packers if I didn't give you an adamant amount of evidence to say that the Lions are going to win this game.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
I mean, Jared Goff didn't do anything crazy because obviously the Packers still have a great defense. But he did enough. Only two touchdowns, 1 in, so he only threw for 137. But
you don't have to do much when Aaron Rodgers is throwing 3 interceptions, 2 of them in the red zone.
Yeah. And one of them, I think he literally just like gave up on like life, and he was just like, you know what? Here you go, Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah, that was what a terrible interception that
All
was.
he had to do was throw like just a little bit more onto the pass, and Bakatari was wide open.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was easy. That was an easy touchdown. But I don't know. I don't know how you're Aaron Rodgers and you look at your predecessor, Brett Favre, and say, yes, I should keep playing and end my career like he did. Like, it's an ugly way to end your career, dude. And you had
I mean,
personal.
if he's going to end his career like Brett Favre, that means he's going to play for Minnesota next year and the Jets the year after that, which I don't want.
Flip it. It's the Jets and then Minnesota. Because Brett Favre had a non-compete clause with NFC North teams, so he came to the Jets, sucked for a year, and then went to the Vikings.
I wouldn't say sucked for a year. We went 9-7 and just barely missed the playoffs.
Anyway,
the little killed me.
Whatever. Aaron Rodgers sucks. I never thought that.
Two-time MVP, looking like you playing like PJ Walker.
Yo, oh my God. Like, this is 23 for 43. Yeah, okay, 291, but 3 interceptions. Again, 2 in the red zone. It's ugly. It's ugly in Green Bay.
First 5-game losing streak since 2017, and I don't think he's ever seen a 6-game losing streak. And we'll get to those predictions for next week.
Is there a possibility he gets benched? I mean, look, everyone's going to say, no, it's Aaron Rodgers. It's Aaron Rodgers. Look, the Giants benched Eli Manning when he was like 2 games.
No, that was Ben McAdoo's problem. Ben McAdoo was just retarded. He should have never coached.
You're not wrong, but I'm just saying.
Like, how do you – this man is about to break the record for consecutive starts, and you're like,
no.
Let me bench him. And then the week after, you're like, oh, you're starting again.
Yeah, no, that was a personal insult. But Aaron Rodgers is clearly not the reason. And he keeps, every time he speaks to the media, it's my receivers, it's my receivers, it's my receivers. At what point are you Matt LaFleur and you go, look, man, you're not it. You just threw 3 interceptions against the league's worst defense.
So I agree to the point where it is his receivers. It is everything else around him. Where I don't agree and where I've been disagreeing with Aaron Rodgers since last year and slightly the year before that, he's getting selfish. Yeah. And everyone else is at fault except Aaron Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
You want all this assets and help, but then you request $50 million.
Mm-hmm.
I think, and I solely really believe this, Devontae Adams was like, yo, bro, you're selfish as fuck. You're nothing without me. I'm out. And he's proving it. He's proving it. Without Devontae Adams, you have nothing.
Nah, I don't disagree. I don't
like the fact whatever mountain you was on, taking whatever psychedelics or whatever, you might as well retire and continue doing that. Because if you're going to continue throwing your team under the bus, then why do you sign back with them?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is
it's your fault. It's your fault. It's your fault. It's your fault. You could point so many fingers, but when are you going to point the finger to yourself?
I don't disagree.
It don't make sense. And you know what? I'll give you some foreshadowing. If he's never had a 6-game losing streak, I got him on a 6-game losing streak next week.
We'll get into that. What do we got next?
Next up, we have the Pats versus the Colts. You had the Pats by 15. I had the Pats by 7. I mean, this was a Pats by 23. Straight blowout. Frank Reich got fired. The offensive coordinator got fired. They brought in Jeff Saturday, which that's a whole other fucking thing we can get into.
That's an hour-long segment by itself.
Yeah, I mean, we can go into how coaches are getting jumped over by guys that don't have any experience. Granted, I love Jeff Saturday. Super fucking smart. I think an offensive lineman should be head coach. More offensive linemen should be head coaches because, I mean, they know fucking football. You need to know
Especially a
where
center.
everyone's going.
Especially one of the NFL's all-time centers. 100% agree that eventually he should have gotten a chance.
And it is nothing on Jeff Saturday.
Not at all.
But everything on what the coach is doing, like you have guys biting at the bit and coaches biting at the bit to be a NFL head coach, and you go out and you name this guy your interim coach.
Right.
Like what? You name a nobody the interim coach? Like it just it just blows my mind. And the Colts are in shambles. They're looking for and honestly, I heard something today where the Colts might. I kind of agree with it a little bit. They signed Jeff Saturday knowing he doesn't have a lot of experience coaching and shit like that. He hasn't coached since like high school.
Say it.
Say the tank.
Word. There it is.
The tank. And they're looking for the next Peyton Manning or Andrew Luck. Only to do exactly what you did to those guys. Not protect them and ruin their fucking careers.
I mean, look, the mentality of getting an old Phillip Rivers, an old Matt Ryan, clearly is not fucking working for you. At this point, embrace the tank. Sam Ehlinger. And look, I get it. Bill Belichick is a rookie quarterback killer. 9 sacks. This was the best offensive line last year in football. Jonathan Taylor was a god last year. He no longer exists. Now, I know he was out for the game, but he no longer exists in the world of football. Jonathan, and I'm the biggest running back hater ever. Right? We all know this. I don't think you should ever sign a fucking non-rookie quarterback to anything other than the veteran minimum. Right? I am a running back hater. It's just the nature of the job. But Jesus, to have that kind of fall, the Colts being 3-5-1 is insane. And if I were them, I would absolutely embrace the tank at this point.
And 100%, this had nothing to do with the Patriots offense. It was 100% Patriots defense, like a typical Bill Belichick fucking team.
Yeah, I mean, look, when you're getting home 9 times for sacks, you get 1 interception. You know what I mean? Like, when you're getting home 9 times, your offense doesn't have to do anything. Mac Jones set records with his 147 yards and 1 touchdown. Ramondre Stevenson set records with his 60 yards rushing. Hunter Henry set records with his 50 yards passing. The offense didn't need to exist when you're getting home 9 fucking times. So, I mean, look, Bill Belichick win. It just is what it is. You know, that's.
Next up, we got Minnesota versus Washington. We both had Vikings by 10. They only won by 3. Kind of shocking they only won by 3 to let Washington play you like that. And mind you, that was an entirely comeback game. He scored 13 in the 4th to come back and win.
Taylor Heineke, man, he does. Taylor Heineke is like, I think I said this last week. He's a budget Fitzmagic. He does enough to make you go, okay, maybe this guy can be a starter. But he isn't. And we all know he isn't.
Yeah, but I do like Brian Robinson. I he only had 13 carries for 44 yards, but once he starts getting those touchdowns and shit, I think he's going to be a real deal in the NFL.
Yeah, and look, I mean, the Vikings defense is nothing to shake a stick at here. I would not. I mean, yeah, you want more than 44 yards out of a kid, but A, he's a rookie. B, he missed 4 games due to, a Forrest Gump style gunshot wound to the butt. So cut him some slack against one of the league's best defenses. But on the flip side, I mean, for me, Justin Jefferson with 115 yards and a touchdown isn't really a shocker. But TJ Hawkinson just gets traded, and he's coming out 9 targets, 9 receptions, 70 yards. What a game to start in your new team.
I think that's huge for Kirk Cousins. I think TJ Hawkinson is a missing piece. I think the tight end position for Kirk Cousins was something that they were missing.
100%.
And that ultimately is what probably helps them continue on their winning. And I mean, I haven't looked at all of Minnesota's schedule, but they might only lose like 2 more games this season.
If Minnesota makes a deep run, I 100% feel comfortable saying it's because of the addition of TJ Hawkinson. I feel extraordinarily comfortable with that.
Next up, we have the Jags versus the Raiders. You had the Jags by 7. I had the Raiders by 8. And this is just like
on the dot.
On the dot once again. And like the Raiders, like what the fuck?
Sell it all. Sell everybody. Sell it. Sell. Name a player. Sell them.
I mean, Devontae Adams did his thing again. He went off for 10 for 146 and 2 TDs. Granted, Renfro is missing. Fucking Josh Jacobs likes to show up whenever he wants to show up. Derek Carr has not been playing the way he should be playing.
In all honesty, I do agree with that. But for me, this is a play calling problem. You're up 20-0 in the first, 20 to 10 in the first half, and you get shut out for 2 quarters on conservative play calling, and you wind up losing 27-20. Like, I'm sorry, I don't think Josh McDaniels is the thing. I don't think he's a very good coach here. You shouldn't be losing to the Jags with this kind of roster. You shouldn't be 2-6 with this kind of roster.
Should they move on from Josh Jacobs though? Like, I feel like he's so hit or miss.
You know what? I have been a monstrous Josh Jacobs hater. I will say I think he's done enough this season to have picked up his 5th year. But to my understanding, they straight declined it. He's not going to be back next season.
I mean, I don't know who's their backup, and I don't think it's anyone of a Josh Jacobs talent.
No, they've got Brandon Bolden, they've got Foster Moreau, and then the rookie that they just signed, Zamir White, who I thought was going to be a fucking nut job this season and has gone very much the same way of your James Cook and has just not been.
I do believe with no Waller, because Waller has missed a chunk of games this year, it puts a damper on their offense because he was a huge part of their offense last year.
Oh, sure. Sure, but you can't, Waller or no Waller, you can't score 0 points in the second half of football.
Yeah, you don't lose to the fucking Jaguars.
Yeah, come on now. It's Trevor Lawrence, for the love of God.
Yeah, it gives Trevor Lawrence lovers more reasons to be like, oh, breaking down the tape, what happened to Trevor Lawrence?
Yeah, I thought he sucked, but he's 3-6. Yeah, he does suck. Get over it. Travis Etienne ran for 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's the game. Leave me alone.
Yeah, that I mean, Christian Kirk 8 for 76 in the touchdown, but yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Seattle versus the Cardinals. You had Seattle by 10. I had Seattle by 3. Right on the fucking dot, 31-21. I actually should have betted more on this because I kept saying it all week that Seattle was going to spank the Cardinals like they did the first time, but yet I only gave them a 3-point buffer.
Yeah, first of all, Kyler Murray he's got to do better than 175 yards. Simple as that. He's got to do better than 175 yards. James Conner and Eno Benjamin have faded back into the abyss from whence they came. Even D-Hop is neutered with 36 yards. But Seattle, man, honestly, fuck the Cardinals. Seattle is the fucking story here. 6-3, tied with the Jets.
6-3.
They have good corners, not as good as the Jets, but good rookie corners.
Throw it out there. No, you're right.
Sorry, Colbs. It just is what it is.
Braden, me and Braden's been going at it back and forth all week. I'm gonna let you know right now, Braden. Your defense is what did it. You shut down D-Hop on his 3rd game. You kept Murray to 175 yards. Walker, once again, breaking that 100-yard threshold, 2 TDs. Noah Fant surprisingly led in receiving, even though you have Tyler Lockett and Metcalf. Gino's playing great ball. He leads the league in completion percentage for a reason.
I have to say, this season has shown this might be the greatest rookie class in all of football. And I think
seriously, on both offensive and defensive side.
100%. And I think it's so poignant. There's such a stark contrast. You still have Aaron Rodgers playing football. You still have Tom Brady, J.J. Watt, some of the all-time greats in their positions, and they are being dwarfed by the likes of Breece Hall, pre-injury, Garrett Wilson, Sauce Gardner,
Chris
Tariq Woolen,
Olave,
Chris Olave, Kenneth Walker III. I mean, insert rookie here is absolutely going bonkers.
Who's that linebacker? I think he's on the Jaguars. Lloyd.
Yep. Even like Michael Clemens with the Jets. Who was the Jermaine Johnson? I mean, again, insert rookie name here, and 9 times out of 10, they're fucking exploding. I mean, it's this might be the singular greatest rookie class of all time.
And
from top to bottom.
We've discussed it with Cobes from Nobody is Shiftier, with Braden from No Bull Sports on our side chats and shit. I know we go back and forth because we're Jets fans, they're Seattle fans and stuff like that. And I think we all agree that if Breece Hall didn't get hurt, he'd be Offensive Rookie of the Year. But Kenneth Walker III and Chris Olave and Garrett Wilson are the 3 front runners for Offensive of the Rookie of the Year right now.
What a battle! First of all, Chris Olave, I do agree, is thrown in there, but what if Breece Hall wasn't hurt? Your defensive rookies of the year and offense rookies of the year are almost definitively either Jets or Seahawks. You know what I mean? It's either Tariq Woolen or Sauce Gardner. It's either Kenneth Walker III or Breece Hall or Garrett Wilson.
I'll pinpoint it right now. If Breece Hall didn't get hurt, Offensive and Defensive Rookie of the Year are both Jets. Because right now, it is a lock that Sauce Gardner is Defensive Rookie of the Year. Yeah, he took home his 3rd Rookie of the Week just this week. So
yeah, in man coverage, he has 25 yards against him in man coverage, and against the top likes of the league.
Well, I got some. When we get to the Jets game, don't worry, I got some fucking beautiful stats you would love.
But coming back to the Seahawks, I know at the draft, we're like, oh, the Jets won the draft. Oh, the Eagles won the draft. The Seahawks also won the draft. The Seahawks fucking nailed every single one of their picks.
You know what's crazy is that they picked their number 2 corner in Kobe White before their pick in their best corner, Tyreek Wilson. Kobe White went in the 4th round. Tyreek Wilson went in the 5th round. Kobe
Bryant. You keep calling him White. Kobe
Bryant. I know.
Bryant.
I keep calling him. I don't know why.
The Black Mamba, baby. Kobe Bryant. Yeah, no, but you're right. Whoever the scouts are in Seattle, they're not done
now.
The scouts in Seattle need a raise.
They're not done. As of right now, if the season ended right now, they have the number 6 pick in the draft because of trades.
Because of New Orleans. Yeah, they're in the perfect position. If you're a Seattle fan, every time you think about the Seahawks, you've got to get bricked up. You have to be. I'm bricked up for them. I mean, Jesus Christ. The number 6 pick because of the Saints sucking, and you're leading your division. What more could you want in the world?
I feel like we're brothers with the Jets and the Seahawks. It's just AFC, NFC. We got 2 elite defenses, and their offenses are playing exactly how they're supposed to be playing.
Jets, Seahawks, Super Bowl.
I love it. Next up, we have Tampa Bay versus the Rams.
Oof.
You had Tampa Bay by 7. I had let me see. Yeah, you had the Tampa Bay by 7. I had the Rams by 3.
You were almost.
I had it just opposite.
Yeah, and you were almost right, save for a last-second heroics from Tom Brady and Cade Otton. You know, Otton scoring that game-winning touchdown in the final seconds of the game. Honestly, for me, the big takeaway is not so much the score, because I'm inherently not surprised. One way or the other, I wouldn't have been surprised. But what surprises me is Jalen Ramsey after the game. After the defense is what failed the Rams and allowed, with no timeouts and like 50 seconds left, allowed the Buccaneers to go down and score, Jalen Ramsey has the balls to open his mouth and say, well, we should have never been out on the field. We should, if our offense had gotten the first down and iced the game, we wouldn't have had to be out there.
Well, maybe if you
do
made
your
Cooper
job.
Kupp not catch 8 catches for 127 fucking yards.
Yeah, like what you didn't do your job. Why? Stop blaming other people. You had 50 seconds and no timeouts to prevent a touchdown, and you couldn't do that. That's on you, big dog. And
Yeah,
I
I
can
mean,
tell you.
Jalen Ramsey right now, you got Otten 5 for 68 and a touchdown. Miller 7. Scotty Miller of all 7 for 53. Fournette 5 for 41. Evans 5 for 40. Godwin 7. The fact that you let Brady throw 58 passes and complete 36 of them, I think that's your fault, Ramsey.
Yeah, I mean,
I think that's your fault. I mean, we already know the Rams put all the pieces into winning last year's Super Bowl and has nothing to rebuild for the next foreseeable future. Matt Stafford, 13 for 27 for 165 and a touchdown. He's been sacked 4 times. We already know he's a sack machine because he gets sacked a lot. You have absolutely no run game. Henderson gives you a mediocre game in 12 and 56 yards. Then you completely negate the run game, and you go back to the typical Rams offense. You throw the ball to Cooper Kupp as many times as you can. Allen Robinson has not been what you thought he was going to be. You don't have OBJ. Malcolm Brown is ass. Higbee is ass. Powell is ass. Hopkins is ass. Van Jefferson is 0 for 5 targets, ass. Like, if you shut down Cooper Kupp, you beat the Rams. That's just ultimately it. If you shut down Cooper Kupp, you beat the Rams.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. And now Matt Stafford might miss some time with an injury.
Now he got to. Who the fuck is the? That's one thing we never talked about. Who the fuck is the Rams backup?
I think there was some talk at the very beginning of all of this in the Degenerates chat. I think Nate was asking the same thing. Somebody said a name I've never seen before in my life.
So, call me. I need to call me.
I can throw a Cooper Kupp.
Yo, bro, I'm telling you right now, I'm good for at least 15 to 20 yards. If you want dink and ducks, I'll get it to Cooper Kupp.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be the hefty lefty, except throw righty. I mean,
no. I don't even want you on the fucking line, bro. I want you as my fullback just to pick up the guy so I can get that 15-yard pass.
I'm saying that's the Rams. The Rams are done.
Yeah, the Rams. Like I said, they put everything into last year's Super Bowl, and now they're reaping the fucking repercussions of it.
Yep, 100%.
Next up, we got the Titans and the Chiefs. You had the KC by 14. I had KC by 10. This was actually a fucking dog fight that went into OT. Chiefs won by 3. Technically, the Titans should have won it. They shot themselves in the fucking foot.
Yeah, it's astounding to me how the Chiefs let this be a game. I mean, and Malik Willis, again, when no matter what the quarterback is at the helm of the Titans, you don't have to do much because Derrick Henry's out there running for over 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. You never really have to exist as a quarterback. You ever seen the movie Friday Night Lights? You just have to exist between the moment of the snap and handing the ball off to Boobie Miles. Derrick Henry is Boobie Miles. That's all you have to do. You just have to exist in ththose moments and not fuck up that 0.2 seconds.
I mean, Willis has 5 completions for 16 attempts for 80 yards. I mean, Patty Mahomes pulled a Josh Allen. He 446 yards, but then ran 6 carries for 63 in the TD. Like, he literally was like, yeah, I want to be Josh Allen today.
Put the team on his back. 68 attempts. That's wild. Wild. Travis Kelce over 100 yards. Juju Smith at 88. McCole Hardman at 79 and a touchdown.
The fact that you threw 68 times and you won in overtime by 20 to the Titans, like I understand if it was the Bills and it was like 40 to 38 and you threw 68 times, but it's right. like I want to do the research. The most attempt throws in a game because I think that gotta be it.
I think he did, and I think he hit the most completions in a game too. No, 4th most completions in a game at 43, tied for 4th most. But what gets it, like, it's such a surreal thing to look at these stat lines. Like you said, 43 completions for 446 yards, a touchdown and a sack, 63 yards on the ground and a touchdown. You have one receiver over 100 yards and 2 of them extremely close to 100 yards. And then you look at the Titans side of the ball, and there's nothing there. You would expect this game to be 100-0, and it's 20-17 decided in overtime by a field goal, there's a disconnect.
Yeah, it scares me a bit. The fact that you're able to throw 68 times and only put up 20 points against Tennessee, which granted Tennessee has a good defense, but they're not an elite defense.
Yeah,
what happens when you play the Buffalo Bills defense?
Yeah, they
what
have a good
happens when you play the New York Jets defense? Like,
yeah, this is I don't have like a massive pause for concern, but there is a little bit of concern for me with the Chiefs in this win, just a little bit.
And then last but not least, the last game of the fucking week, we have the Ravens versus the Saints. You had the Ravens by 3. I had the Ravens by 7. And if I'm correct, they won by 10?
14.
Yeah. 14, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, again, nothing about this game really like jumps off the page inherently.
I mean, you got Andy Dalton starting over what's his name? Because he hasn't been playing for fucking forever now. Jameis Winston and Hill. Kamara, no fucking rushing game. Chris Olave is giving them the best they can as a rookie because Michael Thomas, Slanty McSlanterson is now gone. And I'm 100%, you know what? You have won me over when it comes to Slanty McSlanterson.
Yeah, he had one good season 3 years ago.
I mean, Chris Olave, this is why he's one of the front runners for Rookie of the Year, 6 for 71 yards. He does lead all rookies in yards, and I think he's in the top 3 in receptions.
Imagine if he had a real quarterback. Imagine even for a second that he had the 30 for 30 Jameis that everyone likes to talk about. Imagine for a second he had a gunslinger. Jesus.
That's what I'm saying. And just imagine when we get to the last game of the week, which is the Bill Jets, just imagine what Garrett Wilson could do if Zach Wilson plays to his full potential.
Was a gunslinger, yeah.
Yeah. And then on the Ravens side, I mean, Lamar didn't have to do much. He just didn't turn the ball over. They ran the ball a lot, obviously, because Lamar Jackson is a running back. Drake, 24 for 93 and 2 TDs, which was great for Drake. He might overtake that lead role right now because they're always injured at a running back. And then Lamar Jackson, 11 for 82. Like,
yeah, I mean, look, this was just an overall, team win. Again, nothing statistically jumps off the page. Really, if you're watching the game, it's just an aged Saints secondary that just isn't playing to where they should be.
They didn't have Lattimore, and I think they were missing another key defensive player.
Yeah, it's just not a good look for the Saints. Again, I believe that their season is done.
And I also and as well as the Saints season is done, I also think the Ravens season is done. Because at 6-3, there are frauds. They have no Rashad Bateman. Mark Andrews might be out an extra week, so he won't come back probably. He might come back this week. He might come back next week. So your leading receiver is going to be Mark Andrews whenever he comes back. But if you look at the receiving line for them, I mean, your backup tight end, 1 for 24 yards and a touchdown.
That's what
I don't even know who the fuck this next guy is. Prost the second or whatever the fuck. 2 for 22 yards. There's nothing receiving wise.
No, I don't disagree with you there.
So if you're telling me that 6-3, they're legit contenders, get the fuck out my face because it's literally a Lamar Jackson show.
I don't inherently disagree. I mean, look, they barely beat the Jets with Joe Flacco starting, so. You're not inherently wrong.
Yeah. And then, obviously, the last game of the week. The one game that you chose not to bet on properly. Because you're welcome. 12-1, and the one game you chose wrong was this one.
You're welcome.
You had the Bills by 3. I had the Bills by 10. You had it right in the score, just the wrong fucking team. Jets 20. Bills 17, Jets are 6-3, Bills are now 6-2, who now have lost 2 games to division rivals. I mean, I don't even know where to start here.
What a game. Honestly, like we could talk about the offense getting the job done, and they did, right? One key thing that I want to talk about from the offense, you're not going to see in the stat line because it's Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson goes 18 for 25 with 154 yards and 1 touchdown. And all of the Zach Wilson haters and all the Jets haters are going to tell me, well, he sucks. He didn't even have a good game. Look at the stats. Shut your fucking mouth and look at the game. This is where stats lie to you. Zach Wilson played the perfect game. Perfect game. Shout out to my article that's up on our Patreon. The perfect game is exemplified by the final drive. Jets are tied 17-17 with the Bills. They're going down the field. It's like 3rd and goal from the 7 or so. Zach Wilson drops back. He's under pressure. He can't find anybody. And what does he do? Takes the sack. He takes the sack. He doesn't try and force the ball. He doesn't throw an interception, doesn't fumble, no catastrophic failures. Well within field goal range. And instead of trying to put on the cape, he dies. He loses the battle to win the war. And the Jets go on to kick the field goal that winds up winning them the game. All because Zach Wilson didn't try and be Superman. He said, there's nothing here. Let me lose this down so we can win this game.
I feel like he gets more shit because people hear New York Jets and they're like, you suck.
Yep.
18, if I didn't mention New York Jets and I didn't mention Zach Wilson and I said 18 for 25, 154 yards and a touchdown and they won, you'd be like, oh shit, he game managed great.
Yeah. That's an okay
That is what is he doing? He is not the guy that's going to win us the game yet. We're hoping that he becomes the guy that wins us the game. But if he's being a game manager correctly, if he's being a Jimmy G, can you really be mad? The GOAT of football, Tom Brady himself, is the most elite game manager in football. He was never that guy that's going to fucking blow you out the water. He's going to game manage, and hopefully, if they're not winning within 2 minutes and they're within 7 points, you're fucked because that's where he makes his money. Mm-hmm. So you're going to shit on us because you hear New York Jets and Zach Wilson when he's game managing the same way Jimmy G or the GOAT Tom Brady would? 18 for 25, no intos, only sacked twice, and we're with an injured offensive line. We're missing our best offensive lineman in Vera Tucker. We're missing our greatest offensive asset in Breece Hall. And you're going to say, no, 18 for 25, 154, garbage. But
five carries for 24 yards also, which speaks to the point where he got under pressure and decided, I'm not going to fucking try and sling this ball. They brought me in because I have escapability and can use my feet. Let me get the fuck out of here. Let me avoid this shit and tuck this thing and get going.
Oh, not to mention that we're missing technically our number one receiver in Corey Davis.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Garrett Wilson will become the number one receiver, has shown to be the number one. 8 receptions, 92 yards. If he had a touchdown, it would have been great. But 8 receptions out of 9 targets for 92 yards. Crucial touches that he got there. Crucial catches that he got there.
He made this one catch that was like a 5 or 7 yard like curl or quick hit, and the defender was right on his ass. And somebody that lanky, he like contorted his body to like a C around the dude and like olayed his ass. People shouldn't move like that. Look.
And I like guys like Uzama. I was watching video earlier today of Uzama mic'd up for the game. He was mic'd up for the game, and he was talking to Garrett Wilson. He was like, yo, bro, you remember that last catch you just made? As you were going down, they're trying to punch the ball out. So you should maybe do this or do that or do this. And he was like, oh, word. Good looks.
Speaking of punch the ball out, again, Garrett Wilson, and this is all speaking to a culture shift in New York. But Garrett Wilson, they have like a little reverse end around. Wilson's trying to pump fake to get the defenders to stop so he can get a couple of yards. Ball hits his thigh and it comes out. My dude sells his body out. Helmet comes off. He don't give a fuck.
No, he took a full helmet to the head.
Sold his body to make sure that he didn't cost the Jets the game. Like, okay, is it foolish to fumble the ball? Sure. Just tuck it and run, man. Like, I get what you're trying to do.
Yeah, but he's not, he knows his length. He knows his body. He's not the type to put the ball down and put his shoulder down.
Sure. And I get what he was trying to do with the pump fakes. You fake the pass because the Jets have been known to pass with Braxton Berrios out of that formation. I get it. But the wherewithal to sell his soul and his well-being to make sure he didn't put the Jets in a bad position, it just speaks to the culture in New York right now, and it's making me bricked up. I'm hard.
And then on the defensive side, he leads the entire defense over linebackers and all with 7 total tackles, another pass defend. I like this one.
Who we taught Sauce?
Yeah, Sauce led the team in 7 total tackles. Mm-hmm. I like this post that someone brought up. Jets DN Vinny Curry said that he's like a Darrelle Revis, except in Antonio Cromartie's body.
Yup.
He's a lengthy, tall motherfucker. He's 6'3", 6'4". His arms are 6'3", 6'4". His legs are 6'3", 6'4". Mm-hmm. But he plays like Darrelle Revis.
He has the mind of Darrelle Revis. And hold on, let's get to the point. Let's just, when we're talking about Sauce, get to the point. It was a defensive pass interference. He was holding Dave Davis in the final play.
Oh, you want stats?
Shut up.
I told you I had stats, boy. I told you I had stats. I got you right now. Sauce Gardner, as of week 9, has led up 43.5 reception rate allowed. First for all rookies, 3rd in the NFL. He has led up 189 passing yards. First for rookies, 14th in the NFL. He has had 10 forced incompletions. First for rookies, 2nd in the NFL. 2 interceptions, tied for 2nd all among rookies. 44.6 passer rating against him. First for rookies, for 4th in the NFL. And 4 defensive run stops compared to 1 missed tackle.
Sauce Gardner is at worst a top 5 corner in the entire National Football League. At worst.
Disrespect. He is the top corner and will be for the foreseeable future the best corner in the fucking league. Yes, I am biased. I'm going to say that right now. Yes, I am biased. But if I'm seeing this shit with my own fucking eyes, I'm not lying either.
Nope. No, if you watch him play, it's incredible. It's incredible. And you know what? We could talk about like Garrett Wilson consistently making plays, Sauce Gardner consistently making plays, but this was the perfect game down to the role players. Denzel Mims, 1 target, 1 catch, 12 yards. 12 yards on a 3rd and 8.
For a first down.
Final drive of the game. Boom. Secured the catch. Touchdown, first down. And who came screaming over to fucking like knock him out on the celebration? Garrett Wilson. Fucking all about the team here. Bryce
you want some more Jet stats? I got one more. I got one more for you.
Hold on, I want to name I want to name a role player on the defensive side. Bryce Huff. Bryce Huff, who was in the rotation of like 10 defensive linemen. Bryce Huff comes out here and on like his only 2nd play of the game and almost snaps Josh Allen's arm off for a fumble on the final drive of the game that sets them back another 9 yards. Yes, we can talk about the playmakers, C.J. Mosley, Sauce Gardner, Garrett Wilson, if Breece Hall was playing. We can talk about the guys who consistently make plays, but the depth right now, the depth with the Jets, the role players, the buying into the system,
Robert Salah has changed. And you know what, Zach? You're going to love this one because this one's for the big boys. This one is for the big boys.
Talk to me.
Defensively, AFC Defender of the Month in October, Quinnen fucking Williams. I got some stats for you motherfuckers that thought Quinnen Williams out of Alabama was going to be a bust because his first 2 years didn't pan out exactly what you thought he was going to be. Here are some impactful stats. That's what it says. Impactful stats from the big man so far.
Speak to me.
7 sacks, career high. Also, one of the top sack leaders for interior D tackles and D linemen in the league, plus 17 QB hits. 35 QB pressures, tied first for the NFL at DT. 15% pass rush win percent rate, 13th in the NFL at DT. 33 total tackles with 6 tackles for losses. 9 defensive run stops compared to 1 missed tackle. That's not the first person we heard miss 1 tackle. 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery, 1 blocked kick, 2 pass defense.
The Jets are, bro, you can say whatever you want about Zach Wilson. You can say whatever you want about the Jets offense, which, again, missing 2 of the best offensive linemen in the league, missing one of the best running backs in the league, missing a whole lot of the offense, fine. The Jets defense is, again, it's a top 3 defense. Honestly,
right now, no.
It's a top 2 in my mind.
Right now, they are second.
I put them at 2.
Right now, I don't even know how they're not first, but I guess you put the Eagles.
I'd put the Broncos. I'd put the Broncos ahead of them. The Broncos
no. They don't lost Bradley Chubb and have to. I don't even put the I put the Broncos maybe 5 or 6.
Fair enough. But yeah, no, the Jets, the Jets have me. I always say at the beginning of every season, I'm like, the Jets are going 11-6. They're gonna blah, 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 blah. The Jets legitimately have me right now. Honestly, truly, in my heart, believing that we're gonna go to New England and win. We're gonna go to Buffalo and give them hell, if not win again. I want to say win again. The Jets.
Okay, so no, you know what's crazy? So if you do a little foreshadowing, the next 4 games for the Jets, we got the Pats. I firmly believe we go back and get our redemption. We got Chicago.
Win.
Ha. We got Minnesota. I think that'll be a great matchup. No, I honestly firmly believe that'll be a great matchup. That'll be a matchup to see. Sauce Gardner versus Jefferson. I think that'll be a great matchup.
But is it prime time?
Oh yeah, so yeah, I mean, granted, I'm still gonna bet.
Is it a prime time game?
And then the 4th game is the Bills. If Josh Allen is hurt for the next 3 to 6 weeks, that's no Josh Allen in that other Bills game.
We face Case Keenum. They'll win.
Who?
Look, man, even with Josh Allen, we just abused Josh. We made him look silly. His 2 interceptions weren't.
This has been his worst game in like 3 years.
Since week 16 of last year, this is his worst game. So for 10 weeks, this is his worst game in 10 weeks. And the interceptions were interceptions by a country fucking mile. We had him looking stupid in this game. Yeah, on 3rd down running, he fucking murdered us because he's a giant.
Because we already know the system for the Bills. They don't got really no run game except Josh Allen.
Mm-hmm. But
anyway, we got a lot to cover. We still got a lot to cover.
Yeah, sorry. Too busy being horny for the Jets right now.
Yo, seriously, my dick was like, dang.
Bro, on that final pass,
I had no worries. Although I give credit to Josh Allen after getting hurt, fucking up your UCL, and you throw a 70-yard bomb.
The dude's got a cannon. Even hurt. The cannon is a monster. Anyway,
week 10. Let's hit it. Week
Thursday
10
night, prime time. Falcons Panthers in Carolina. Prime video, prime time.
It's Prime Video, so you know it's gonna be shaky, very pixely. You might get a 3-hour delay where you're watching the game till 4 a.m. because you can't see it.
Yeah, that's poor people.
But I like the fact that in a 3-week span, you see the same matchup again, where the Carolina Panthers actually should have won and lost because DJ Moore wanted to fucking take his helmet off.
I will disagree on that call till I die. That was a soft penalty. Give me the Panthers. I want the Panthers running it back. I think they're going to have a great game. Sam Darnold might even start, from what I understand. Who knows? We might get crazy up in here. But give me the Panthers by 3.
So you have the Panthers by 3. I have the Falcons by 3. I think the Falcons are actually hot right now. I think that if they would have lost to the Panthers, I would have sided with you. But because they won and now they got Cordell Patterson back, Pitts is starting to warm up. Drake London starting to warm up again because he started off pretty nice in the beginning and then fell off a little bit. I got the Falcons by 3.
I mean, it's fair logic. It's fair logic, as the Aussies will say, fair dinkum.
Next up, we got Houston Texans 6-1 versus the Giants 6-2. I got the Giants by 10.
Yeah, it's Giants by 14. There's no fucking way this is a football game. Absolutely not.
I think they kind of stopped Dameon Pierce a little bit because I think one of the strengths of the Giants are their defensive line with Thibodeau and Leonard, and then their interior is actually pretty fucking solid. I know their corners are a little weak, but I'm not really scared about the Texans throwing the fucking ball.
Yeah, and that's what it comes down to for me. I just think the game is going to dictate the fact that the Texans have to throw. They're not going to stop Saquon Barkley, right? Period, end of story. They're not going to stop Saquon. The Giants are going to go up quick, fast, and in a hurry, and the Texans are going to have to throw if they want to keep up. And it's Davis Mills and Brandon Cooks still won't play. So, yeah, Giants by 14.
Yeah. Next up, we got Seattle versus Tampa Bay.
History.
I'm gonna say it straight off the rip. Braden Colbs, you see it right here, live out of my mouth. I got Seattle by 4.
Yeah, I agree with you. And this is a historic game. First game in Germany, 9:30 a.m.
I'll be up.
Oh yeah, for sure. Give me the Seahawks by 10. I don't like the Buccaneers at all in this.
Woo! I mean, I know the defenses for the Bucks are still missing 3 or 4 key players. I know their offense hasn't been 100%. The run game has been like kind of atrocious, and Tom Brady is trying his hardest to keep it together. I'm not blaming this is not the Packers. Right. I'm not blaming Tom Brady and what's happening. Although I do believe that some of his bullshit off the field with Zach fucking Giselle and Zach put a baby in Giselle and Tom Brady's not happy. That just what happens. But I don't blame Tom the way I blame Aaron.
Yeah, and I hear you with that, and I don't necessarily disagree that Tom Brady's not to blame, but I don't think he's not to blame, right? Like, I don't think he's 100% culpable, but I also think there's some blame to share around. But for me, it just comes down to, like, just overall, I mean, the Buccaneers can't seem to catch a pass if you paid them, and, well, that's what they're getting paid to do. And the Seahawks have a devastating secondary. I just think this is going to be an ugly game for Tom. I think the Seahawks are going to go buck wild in this.
I think it's great to just the tingling off my tongue that Geno Smith beats Tom Brady.
Yeah, there's gonna be a certain beauty to that. Seahawks by 10. I
like it. I'm taking Seahawks by 4 just because I think Tom does some shifty, magical shit.
Fair. That's always a fair thing.
Next up, we got Minnesota versus Buffalo. I thought about this one long and hard. Minnesota 7-1, but they're at Buffalo. Buffalo 6-2. We don't know what's happening with Josh Allen just yet. They're saying he's going to play, but it's a game time decision. He might not play. I got Minnesota by 3.
So I think this is difficult, right? Because Buffalo, do you rest, even if he might be good to go, do you rest Josh Allen now and potentially take the loss so that he's healthier towards the end of the season? Conventional wisdom says, yeah, probably, but the AFC East is all above 500, and the Jets and the Dolphins are nipping at the Bills' heels. If the Bills
both of them beat the Bills already.
That's what I was going to say. If the Bills lose this game, they go from first to third instantaneously. So even if Josh Allen's hurt, this is a game that matters for them. They have to win. This is almost a must-win game. Again, you're going first to third.
But my thought process is I'd rather have a fully healthy Josh Allen in the playoffs than a 80% Josh Allen in the playoffs. I'd rather squeak in as the Bills as a wild card spot than AFC championships.
I agree with you, but if everything keeps playing the way that it is, 3 teams have to make it. You're not guaranteed number 1 anymore in the AFC East. Nobody is. The Patriots technically have a very good chance at winning the AFC East.
And that comes down to our next matchup next week.
All 4 teams have a chance to make the playoffs from the AFC East, which is a fucking wild thing to say. It really does hinge on Josh Allen. But you know what? Maybe it doesn't. It's 1:00 Kirk Cousins. I've got the Vikings. I got the Vikings by 4 in this.
I like it. I'm telling you, I think if they're smart and if the Bills do it right, you do not risk the future of your franchise quarterback. He's had this injury in 2018. He missed 4 games. I don't think it's going to take that many games. I don't think he has to go on the IR. I say you just keep him out a game or two. If you lose this game, no big deal, but you got to win the next one. Keep him out.
It is a big deal because it really puts the pressure on you.
But you're still the Bills. Like, honestly, we still have the mindset of the Jets. The Dolphin fans, my cousin, you guys are living in fantasy cloud 9. But as Jets fans, we always stand by it. The Bills are a better team, hands down. You keep them out the 1 game. I don't think that loss really fucking matters if you lose to Minnesota. Not like us losing to the Patriots.
Sure, yeah. I mean, if we lose to the Patriots again, the squeeze is really on. But yeah, look, I'll still stand on it. Vikings by 4.
Next up, we have Detroit, Chicago. And this was another like weird one for me. I took Chicago by 5.
Yeah, you know what? Honestly, give me Chicago by 10. Justin Fields just had a record game. I think he's starting to feel himself. I think him and Cole Kmet are going to do some things. Him and Darnell Mooney are going to do some things. I like the Bears in this. I like the Bears by 10.
The Lions kind of scare me the minute they traded T.J. Hawkinson.
That's an exact thought of mine. That was a
huge part for them. That was a huge key. I know he wasn't incorporated early in the offense, early in the year, but he started getting incorporated later on in the year. And then, he had like 2 30-point games fantasy-wise, and then you fucking just go on and trade him. To Minnesota, who literally a tight end makes a big deal for their offense. The Bears have been showing over the last 2 or 3 weeks that they can throw up a 30 bomb on anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Their defense is a little shaky because they're going to give up points, but yeah, I'm right there with you. I took the Bears.
Yeah, there's nothing in this that shows. I mean, like you said, losing T.J. Hawkinson is such a big point for the Lions. It's not even funny.
And then right now, Amon St. Brown is back, but their second and third receivers in Raymond and DJ Chark, that they consistently have been injured. So it's like, are you going to have your weapons to throw to?
Yeah, no, I agree.
I know you got Swift back, but he's on limited role, and then Jamal Williams might be your new RB1. So, like, what's going on?
Mm-hmm. I agree wholeheartedly.
Next up, we got Denver, Tennessee. This week has been tough. I sat here. This is why I did it early, Zach, and I was talking to you earlier. I sat here for some of these matchups, and Chrissy was looking at me like, what are you doing? And I'm like, yo, bro, I'm breaking my fucking head on some of these matchups. Denver, Tennessee. This one was rough. I took Denver by 3. I think although Derrick Henry is going to run the ball like a massive fucking animal, that's all Denver. They still a league defense. That's all Denver has to do. Make Derrick. If you stop Derrick Henry, you win the fucking game. If Malik Willis is throwing 10 passes a fucking game, you're gonna win this shit if you play defense.
Yeah, I agree with you here. And honestly, I think the Broncos are going to slow Henry. I still think he gets a touchdown in this. But I do think Willis or even Tannehill, if Tannehill is back, I'm not sure if he will be or not. But even if Tannehill is back, I think that the Broncos are going to force him into a stupid mistake. And I like the Broncos by 3 in this.
I have more faith in Patrick Surtain and that secondary shutting down. I don't give a fuck who's the quarterback for them. Shutting down all those receivers, which are completely fucking trash. I'm actually going to look it up right now because I want to show how fucking
washed Robert Woods. I don't think Treylon Burks is back yet. And who else?
Exactly. There's fucking nobody for them. So you shut down that pass game with an elite secondary like you have, and honestly, you don't even have to shut them down too much. Let them fucking catch or try to catch the ball. I want to see them actually fucking make receptions. You stack the box with 10 motherfuckers and you let one DB play on 2 receivers. I don't give a fuck. That's it.
Yeah. This is really a game where you can just tee off on the quarterback in the run game because, I mean, every Titans game you can really tee off on the box because it's just
the Titans 5-3 record are the most, like, even if they win this game, and I said it to myself earlier, even if they win this game, they go 6-3. The most flukiest, weirdest 6-3. Like, I have no faith in the. Like, first of all, your division is trash.
Trash. Garbage.
And you're 6-3 because Derek, like I said, you stopped. Almost lost power right there.
Damn.
That shit. Yeah, I thought the ghost was it. They were out there like Derrick Henry. I was like, oh shit, my bad.
The ghost of Derrick Henry's coming for you, bro.
Right? No, I don't have no faith in the Titans right there.
Not at all.
Next up, we have Jacksonville and KC. I mean, KC by 12.
Yeah, give me Kansas City. Look, the line is 9.5, and if you're a smart bettor, you bet the under in that. You bet fucking Jags for the fucking money line for the spread, because big spreads never do well. But yeah, give me KC by like 14. This isn't even going to be a fucking football game. The Jags are going to be begging to just throw in the towel by halftime.
I know the KC's defense isn't all that, so the ETN might be able to run the ball and score maybe 1 or 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, but ETN's not. They're not going to run the ball too. Again, this is going to be one of those situations where the Chiefs are going to go up by a lot, and the Jags will be forced to throw the ball.
That's the thing. I think the Chiefs just like, you know what? I don't even have to run the ball against you.
Yeah,
I have all the weapons. Throwing wise, just slice you up like fucking Swiss cheese.
Yeah, this is gonna look ugly for the Jags.
Next up we have Miami versus Cleveland. I got Miami by 6. I think Miami has the offensive and defensive weapons. The Browns, they'll be different once Deshaun Watson gets there. That's a whole other fucking story. He got another week or 2 before he starts. But and Jacoby, no shot on Jacoby Brissett. I just don't think they'll beat the Dolphins.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you in this. Unfortunately, I don't want to root for the Dolphins. I obviously want the Browns to win to, separate the gap a little bit. But yeah, give me the Dolphins by like 4.
Next up, we got New Orleans versus Pittsburgh. I got New Orleans by 7. I just think Pittsburgh is in a complete, like, this is going to be the most difficult time of Mike Tomlin's career. He's never had to deal with a rebuild.
Yeah. And
that's what he's dealing with. I mean, Najee Harris, it's wild. People, and I was looking up some stats. Like I told you earlier, I was looking up some stats. I'm writing some notes down and shit like that. People have been shitting on Najee Harris for his production and all that jazz for Pittsburgh. I want you to keep that same energy when we talk about Alvin Kamara, because Alvin Kamara actually has worse stats this year than Najee Harris. But we don't hear, Alvin Kamara isn't playing. You don't hear nothing about Alvin Kamara, but it's Najee Harris isn't playing well. He's supposed to be a dog.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is one of those games where I suppose somebody has to win. And you know what? Yeah, give me the Saints. Give me the Saints by fucking 1. Simply it comes down to Chris Olave and Alvin Kamara versus who. Even Andy Dalton is better than Mitch Trubisky and Kenny Pickett combined.
And honestly, missing Lattimore, I'm not afraid of Deontay Johnson and now you don't have Playboy. I'm not afraid of those receivers. I'm not afraid of you have a top 10 defensive run stop defense. I'm not afraid of the Steelers.
Yeah, no, yeah, I think they're going to go 2-7 in this. So yeah, give me the Saints by 1.
It's gonna be a shitty fucking game at 4:00.
Yeah.
Next up, we got Indy versus the Las Vegas. I took Las Vegas, but this was another fucking mind boggler for me.
Yeah.
I keep doing it, and I feel like because I did it, I'm gonna fucking reap the fucking repercussions for it. But once again, I'll put my faith into it. I took LV by 3.
Yeah, I mean, look, the Colts have fired their head coach. They've got a guy who's never coached anything more than a handful of high school games. They've got a play caller who's never called plays before in his life. They've committed to Sam Ellinger, who has just not looked good. Give me Las Vegas by like 10 in this. Honestly, I want to go Las Vegas by like 20, but give me Las Vegas by 10 to be realistic. I don't think there's shit the Colts are going to do in this.
Yeah, and just to dig a little bit deeper on this Colts, because we said we were going to bring it up. The Colts fired Frank Rich, fired their offensive coordinator. They brought in Jeff Saturday. Jeff Saturday brought in this offensive coordinator that also hasn't fucking had any experience being an offensive coordinator. I really believe they're going for the tank.
Yeah, and like we said before, no hate to Jeff Saturday. I mean, centers are some of the smartest guys in all of football, and he was one of the best centers in the league. But like this is the guy who's never coached even college before, never coached a single game in college, coached a season of high school football. He's been a consultant to the team for a couple of years, and he's a good analyst. He knows what he's talking about, but for all of the factors we just said, I mean, everything's just in shambles.
I feel like this is their scapegoat. If they play well, it's like, well, you thought he was good.
He deserves the job.
If he coaches horribly, you're going to be like, well, he was just a plug-in to tank to get this guy or whatever. It's a scapegoat.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree.
Next up, I mean, last year I would have said a matchup. This year I'm like, yo, this is a gimme. We got the Cowboys versus Green Bay Packers. I got the Cowboys by 8, and that's generous. That's honestly being generous.
This could have been a cool storyline. Mike McCarthy's first time back in Green Bay since being the head coach. This could have been a great 6-2 versus 6-2 kind of story. But yeah, Dallas by 10. The Packers suck. Dallas has one of the league's top defenses. Insert one of a trillion reasons here that the Packers are just going to get their asses kicked.
Dak is finally getting back into season shape. And Green Bay, if this isn't your first time with Aaron Rodgers losing 6 games in a row, it will be.
Yeah, no, this is a lock for me. I feel like you can put a large sum of money on this game.
Next up, we got the Rams versus the Cardinals. Honestly, I have lost so much faith in the Rams. Yeah. I got the Cardinals by 3.
Yeah, this is, again, one of those games where somebody has to win, I suppose. I might even go crazy and say this ends in a tie. I might even just be ignorant and say that.
Stafford is out.
I'm going to be ignorant. This ends in a tie.
I'm just going to write tie.
I mean, I have the smallest chance of being like a 0.0001% chance of being right, but I don't like either of these teams. Even at full health, I don't like any of there's 100 reasons why the Cardinals can win. There's 100 reasons why the Rams can win. And I feel like there's a million reasons why it's going to end in a tie. Give me a tie.
I literally just wrote tie for you.
If I get that right, I'm gonna shit an entire brick.
Bro, if you got that right, I'm the rest of the season, I'm not doing no more. Next up, we have the Chargers and the 49ers. This was another one that I was breaking my head on. It kind of comes down if Keenan Allen and Mike Williams are going to play. Obviously, Jimmy G got Debo coming back. McCaffrey, IU, the defense is playing well. This one, I'm gonna eat my. I know I'm gonna eat my words on this one.
Don't do it.
By 6.
Don't do it. 49ers by 10. The Chargers frauds at 5-3 for me. There's nothing that makes me say that they can win this game. It doesn't matter who comes back. It doesn't matter if Keenan Allen finally decides to play football. I don't care. No matter the circumstance. Yeah, Niners by 10.
Yeah, I know I'm going to eat my words on that one. I'm actually going to put a star on that one because I know I'm going to fucking hate fucking doing that, but I took Chargers by 6. And then last but not least, Monday night, November 14th, we got the rival matchup, division matchup. We got the Eagles versus the Commanders. I mean, I got the Eagles by 10.
This isn't a football game. Eagles by 14. Again, if you're smart, the spread is 11. If you're smart, you bet the Commanders on the spread because large spreads almost never win. But, I mean, I just can't imagine a game where the Commanders even make this a football game. I can't. The Eagles are going to be 9-0.
A fluky 9-0, I'll say that.
I don't know, man.
They've beaten a Jaguars team that's ass. They've beaten the Lions that are fucking 2-6, and they barely beat them. But mind you, most of these wins that they got were by 3 points. So you're beating shitty teams by 3 points. You beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. I get it, but they're fluky fucking wins. You could have easily lost against the Lions. You could have easily you beat Lions, Pittsburgh, fucking. Let's go back through the weeks. Like they haven't played anyone of real substance. That's like, oh shit. Name me one game in the 8 weeks. 8 weeks is there. 8-0. Name me one team where you're like, yeah.
But how can you fault a team for beating their schedule? What do you want from them?
I'm not. Hey, all 4 of them. They're 8-0. But don't sit here and tell me that these guys are so super elite when they're beating teams that are sub 500 and barely fighting for their division.
I will be interested to see them in the playoffs. I will say that.
That's what I want to see them play somewhere. Who else do they play in their lineup that's actual competition besides the Dallas Cowboys and the Giants? No one.
No, I get it. I get where you're coming from. But in the sake of time, we can't debate this one too much here.
So that's all I gotta say. And that is week 10. Hopefully I beat that this week.
If I go on a near perfect run again, I might start betting again and then just suck all over again.
Since you and Sarah didn't do the Pick'em League this year, I'm using this as my Pick'em against you, and I'm hoping that I fucking win for a 3rd year in a row.
That's all right. Sarah and I haven't even picked games because it was just the 2 of us. We haven't picked games for like 3 weeks. I don't think we've picked games since like week 3. So don't stress. You would have killed us anyway because we keep fucking forgetting about it. So I don't think I've even opened the ESPN app in fucking 6 weeks. But yeah, so that's the week 9 recap and week 10 predictions, guys. Let us know what you guys think. Let us know how you did. Obviously, you couldn't have done better than me unless you picked the Jets in that, which I don't think anybody on planet Earth, unless you were the craziest Jets fan ever, actually picked it. Yeah, that's all I got, brother.
We said what we said. Have a good week, and we will see you next.